Simon Told Helen wins a half length. Zach Manelli second.
Welcome to Greyhound Gossip.
Peaky Blinders start cheering for Tommy Shelby wins the WA Sprint Championship final.
Featuring Peter O'Neill and Leia Ernest.
Mozza moves up to Mermaid Manelli. Fab's Gem 3 deep. Here comes Fab's Gem.
Hard Style Rico by 5 lengths to Simon Told Helen. Third Tommy Shelby.
This segment is dedicated to the discussion and promotion of greyhound racing.
Cindy's Oliver, Rockstar Patriot, Paul Stewart, back-to-back with Rockstar Patriot in the Galaxy.
Handsome Prince, a bolder clear. The former Tasmanian Handsome Prince has won the $1 million chase.
And a very good morning, everyone. Tune into Greyhound Gossip this Monday. And, of course, a very good morning to you, Peter O'Neill.
Leia, good to have you back. Hope you're feeling well. And good morning, everyone. Welcome along to Greyhound Gossip. It was a big weekend, wasn't it? Not only here in WA, but on the East Coast.
Yes, it was. And they had their first ever Stayers event. Well, you know, big feature Stayers event over the 7:15 there at the Gardens.
Second one from memory. I think we had one last year. You might be right.
Second.
It might have been you might be right, but it was an exciting race, wasn't it? Let's go back to the replay because it took the judges some time to separate the two winners, or to separate the winner on the line.
They're the clear top three in the market, $19 about Zipping Whiskey. The green light is on. Here we go. Zipping Orlando favourite. Set and they're racing now, and he bombed the start, Zipping Orlando with Palawa King. Fast out, Nangar Rocket, and he burns them off at the first turn. Leads from on the off, and getting up on the inside is Zipping Orlando. He just had to check slightly off heels. Fourth onto the rail is Play Nice, then Palawa King. Next is Punter's Bandit. Well back, Wheel and Go and Zipping Whiskey. Nangar Rocket to the back straight. He's a big leader. Zipping Orlando's charged into second. Third is on the off. There followed Palawa King at the head of the others. Punter's Bandit off the back straight. It's Nangar Rocket. He's 5 in front of Zipping Orlando. Palawa King's flashing home. Nangar Rocket. He corners by 2. Zipping Orlando's charging. Oh, that's very close. Zipping Orlando might have got Nangar Rocket right on the wire. Palawa King close up third. Photo 4, Zipping Whiskey or Wheel and Go.
Yeah, so Zipping Orlando was successful over Nangar Rocket. There was Johnny Finn taking out the feature. It took 3.5 minutes for the numbers to go up in the frame. I've seen the photo. I'm not sure what the delay was, unless there was a problem with the gear. But $500,000, the richest staying race in the world. And Zipping Orlando, who started favourite, eventually getting up in the last stride. But it was a really exciting race and a good crowd on course as well. So well done to see a feature race out at the Gardens there on Saturday nights. And I'm not sure if you follow the career of John Dutton, who was formerly trained by Steve Withers. He was the winner of the Broken Hill Cup, and then the race was declared a no race over the weekend when the stewards deemed that the greyhounds got too close to the lure down the back straight. So that was a little bit disappointing for the connections, but he certainly is going very well over in South Australia.
Yeah, it is good to see dogs that raced here in WA now performing well over East. I did see another one that was trained by the Withers. I think it was Kenya Smurfette who won over East, so that's fantastic. And just to clarify a bit of history, Pete, with the 7:15, I believe the first ever was raced at Newcastle last year, so that was 500,000, and then this year was at the Garden. So there we go, just a bit of clarification.
And Panama Pepper also warnable during the week was successful. Yeah,
$9. I wish I put a little bit of a cheeky punt on that, Pete, but you always wish that you could, and then you don't.
There's winners everywhere, and speaking of winners, a greyhound that's chasing with the same zest as he was when he was a 2-year-old is Blackpool Bolt, and he started the favourite in the Greyhounds WA Sprinters Plate final on Saturday night. Let's go back to the replay.
Racing, Blackpool Bolt began okay, starts to muster up on the inside. Ronnie Ranger shows speed tonight and comes across, takes the lead, but now Blackpool Bolt rails solidly, then followed by Valachi. West on Fever camped on them with Moment of Hustle well back in the field. I'm a Tiger along with Daft Shack off the back on the old stage. A Blackpool Bolt railed through, found the lead. West on Fever follows him through. Blackpool Bolt is finding though, and Blackpool Bolt wins from West on Fever.
Blackpool Bolt successful in the Greyhounds WA Sprinters Plate final on Saturday night. That was start number 123. He's now won 34 of his 123 starts and also has now gone in excess of $105,000 in stake money. So he goes past the $100,000 stake money earn. And Michael Hine, his trainer, is about to join us on Greyhound Gossip. Congratulations, Michael. Good morning.
How are you guys? Thank you very much.
It was a big win on Saturday night. How confident were you going into the race after he seemed to bomb the start? What did you make of his heat run the week before?
Look, box one on the corner start isn't ideal for him. Once he got into the final, I said to the owners that we'd rather have box 3 or 4 because his first initial steps, as everyone knows, is hard left to the fence. And box 1, he literally steps, his first step is off the mat, and then he boomerangs around the corner. So when we drew box 1, it was up to the racing gods for him to get clear on the fence. And once he gets clear on the fence, gets to the front, he's pretty hard to sort of run down because he digs in a bit at the end.
It was an outstanding win there on Saturday night, 21.81. Gee, he's chasing so well at the moment, isn't he? Tell us about how you actually got this greyhound into your care.
I saw him on line for sale, and I thought, I'll wouldn't mind having a crack with him, sort of thing. So I purchased him myself, and then spoke to Brett Honey. And said, look, I've brought this dog, do you want to come shares in it? And his family jumped on board. And then 6 of my mates in footy, they've all come on board. And so we got him. First start for us, he tore his monkey muscle, and I thought, oh, great, I've set these guys up to fail. And then, got him right. And after that, he's just chasing like a demon. And he asked me back when we purchased him, will I think he's doing what he's done? I would say no. But he just found a lease of life at home. And, I think mainly it's my daughter taking him for walks and just keeping him, revived.
I think you took over him in August last year, correct me if I'm wrong, but prior to that Shane Williams trained him and he'd come across from Victoria prior to that. He'd always shown a lot of promise. What did you see in him? Because once you picked him up, he was already a fairly ageing chaser.
Yeah, look, I just saw that there was a chance, obviously, to get a few of my mates and that involved in the sport, and hopefully, he could pick up a couple of country free-for-alls and have a bit of fun with him. But then when we got him and he started to sort of show a bit of promise, then there was feature races that we tried to get to, which at the start, we missed out on the Birthday Cup and obviously the Good Friday sort of Cup, but this feature race was a small one, which is a bit of a bonus for all the owners. But he's always had promise showed promise, this dog, and we thought, what's the chances of just taking him and seeing what we can do.
You mentioned your daughter was helping you out with him earlier on. Does she get involved with the greyhounds?
She's pretty much it's a family sort of event with the dogs. I own my own business and work pretty much full time. So Tracy and my youngest daughter Montea do a lot with the dogs while I'm at work, and I do what I can with them. But she would rather be with the dogs than go to school. Like, she will walk, she'll walk the dogs, she'll get off the school bus, and she'll just go into the kennels, grab two dogs, walk them around the property, put them back in. She does all the work with them, and now my oldest daughter, she's now got a catcher's license now, so she's getting more involved in them as well.
Oh, that's awesome. It's a bit of a family affair, and it's nice that, your daughter can say she's had somewhat of a little bit of participation in the Sprinters Plate win over the weekend. And Blackpool Bolt, he's done spectacularly here in WA at both Mandurah and Cannington. Will you be keeping him at Cannington from now on, that Mandurah's shut down for working?
Yeah, look, he's at this stage, he'll stay at Cannington. Got asked the same question last night. Look, I don't think Northern 270 or 97, will suit him. But in saying that, for the time being, he's at Cannington over the 380.
What's it been like, and what have the owners thought of the ride so far? I know they get very excited when they're on course, but for a greyhound they picked up, and I'm presuming that they didn't have to pay a lot for him, it's been a really good ride. Yeah, look,
they're pretty much they're over the moon. They've all had, obviously Brett and his family have some dogs that haven't had much success with, and a couple of the boys in the footy club, they've had a couple of dogs which they've had a little bit of wins with, but nothing like this. And they just purchased another one off the green. And I said to them, look, don't get your hopes up. Don't think it's going to be like Bolt. They don't come like this every day of the week. But yeah, the ride's been good for them, and to get a feature race for them is they were over the moon, and they partied hard Saturday, and a couple of the boys partied hard last night after the footy game yesterday. So they're all excited, and yeah.
All right. How's your coaching going? Have you taken some of what you learnt at South Fremantle into your coaching career? I only coach now at Swan District 16s. Don't do any other coaching other than that, so it's quick and easy. But yeah, coaching's going all right. I'm back playing footy again, so some reason, I don't know why, but yeah, I'm back playing. There you go. Blackpool Bolt keeps going around, and you've decided to pull on the boots again. Well done. You've done a great job to keep this dog healthy and happy. You can see it when he goes onto the track, and he's loving his racing at the moment, and we wish you all the best of luck for the future or the remainder of his career.
Thank you very much, guys.
Good on you. Michael Hine joining us on Greyhound Gossip. Another trainer who had success, he in fact had a couple of winners there on Saturday night, was Adam Smithson, who's about to join us, and he's got a couple of smart greyhounds in his care. Adam, good morning to you. As we welcome you onto the program, you must have been really happy with the race-to-race double there on Saturday night with Beach Ridge and also Honestly too.
Yeah, morning, guys. Yeah, it was. It was. They were both winnable races, but you still need to get it done. So it was good coming out with 2 wins.
He's always shown a lot of ability, hasn't he, when he trialled back in, I think it was June 2022, and then he was off the scene for a little while. Tell us about how Darryl sent Beach Ridge to you, and, you know, the dramas that you've had to go through to get him to the track, first of all.
Oh, well, he's always been a very fast dog, and Darryl was working him across the road at the St David's straight track, and he was just having some problems getting him to work, and the dog was probably a bit too smart for it, so he didn't really have the facilities. So I got him over to my place, and he just started working a lot better with the quad bike, and with that just came his fitness. So we just slowly built him up that way, and poured quite a bit of work into him.
You started him in Mandurah back in, I think it was early March. He won his maiden after a sat trial in February. What did he show you then? He went 22.16. You know, not too many greyhounds win maidens in that time, and probably he's the only maiden that's won it in that time. Did you always know that he'd be able to get to the 5.20?
Yeah, we did. It took a while to get him up there. He'd had a fair few trials, and he had a few niggles. He's a very big dog, and he's, to go with the 35 kilos, he's very tall, so his frame could probably hold near 40 odd kilos. But it just took his body a while to adapt, and he'd trial super at Cannington, and we just sort of kept getting a few little issues there. So we started him off at Mandurah, where it's a bit easier for a bigger dog to get around, and sort of nursed him through that way. But we were pretty confident that when he got to Cannington, he'd be okay.
He won in 29.63 a couple of runs ago when he led, and then the other night he had to come from behind and go past Tweak Freak. He's becoming a real race dog, isn't he? How much of upside do you think he has left in him?
Yeah, he's done it from both ends now, but he's definitely got a lot to learn. He's only had a handful of starts, so he's got a lot to learn and a long way to go. But yeah, we're just hoping with time and with a few more starts under his belt, he'll put it all together, and we can see where he can actually get, because he's a very, very quick dog.
Do you think he can get to free-for-all? I know it's very early. He was only having his fourth start there on Saturday night, but do you think he's a free-for-all dog?
He's definitely quick enough. There's no doubt about it. But it's just seeing how he does it coming through the grade. So we know he can do it in this grade through maidens and novices. But when he gets up in grade, it's really going to test him. And young dogs that fly through the grades, they get found out pretty quickly when they come out of a novice, and a month later they're nearly free to all. So it'll be a test. But if he can stand up and hold it together, I think he'd be more than competitive if he can do it in through the city grades and get to free to all.
All right, let's hope he can. And how did you come about getting hold of Honestly 2, who's now put a couple of wins together, or 3 wins together, in fact, since coming across from Victoria?
Yeah, she was a bitch that Bub Joe's had over in Victoria, and she just had a few problems over there and lacked a lot of confidence. So they sort of sent her over here with the idea of just a change-up for her and try and spark her up, because she could always run. It was just a matter of getting her confident again. And I think getting her away from Victoria and the new surrounding and just changing everything up sort of brought it out of her.
Well, Adam, having a look at her racing history back over east, she raced at Sandown, Warragul, Traralgon, Geelong, and she hasn't been the quickest out of the boxes. So do you think that freshen up coming over to a new track over here and having a new trainer has really changed her attitude? Because recently, she's 3 from 3 now at Cannington and here in WA, and she's been the first out of the boxes every time.
Yeah, that's her best asset, really. From what Bub would tell me over east, she'd trial super and she just had no confidence in races and she was missing the start. But yeah, change is as good as a holiday, they say. So I think it's just sparked her up again, and she's she's just in her element. Her confidence is sky high, but she's another one. She's going up in grades very quickly, so she'll definitely be up against it. But hopefully that early speed can get her straight to the front.
Do you plan on keeping her here in WA for a little while now that she's moved over from the East Coast?
Yeah, I think so. They sort of just sent her over with the idea of see how she settles in and what she can do, and if she took off, we'll just keep going. But I think they're going to breed with her once she's finished racing. So I think she'll hang around until they're ready to get her home and breed with her.
Well, we'll keep an eye on her, especially, her and Beach Ridge. They've both been very handy greyhounds for you. Another greyhound that's brought you quite a lot of success, Vice Grip. Now, how has Stud Life been treating him?
Yeah, well, he's definitely loving it. It's going well. We've got a couple of bitches in pups, so we've actually got our bitch at home, High Sky's gone to him. She's due in a couple of weeks, so it'll be very interesting to see how that cross goes.
It will be interesting because she was an outstanding chaser, wasn't she? I think she won over $60,000, won in numerous states and won over numerous distances here in WA.
Yeah, she was. She was a very fast bitch. She sort of mentally didn't sort of go on with it all the time, and that crossed to Vice Grip where he's got that no fear sort of attitude and just never stop chasing. So we're hoping he can throw that into her pups, and there's no doubt both of them could run. So we're just hoping to get his temperament.
How's he actually going at stud? Is he getting many serves?
Not a lot. We've sold a few straws. There's a fair bit of interest over east. There's a couple of straws getting sold here and there, but it's pretty steady at the moment.
That's good to see. Just one other question on Honestly too. Was it you that was offended by the owner's syndicate name?
No, I didn't even know about it, to be honest. I didn't even know what the name was, but yeah, as you know, Pete, there's some bizarre things going on that side of things.
Yeah, but so it's been changed now to Two Ladies and a Cow Syndicate. So good name for a syndicate, and good luck to the ladies with Honestly too. And just one final thing on Honestly too. You mentioned that she's quickly going up in the grades, but that field that she beat on Saturday night, she raced against, there was some class there. Custard Manelli, who finished third in that Golden Easter egg final, and Father Manelli was a recent winner in Free For All Company, so it was a fair bit of depth in that race.
Yeah, there was. It was a 3-4, but it was, like you said, a lot of those dogs were racing in free-to-alls, and it's probably not a bad time to have a dog that's that great at the moment. There's a few races over east that the big guns are going for, so I think they might be away for a while just tackling the east. So, it's probably not the worst time to have a dog coming through the grades.
And you've got a couple of smart maidens coming through as well at the moment, so you must be very happy with your team.
Yeah, I'm happy with the team. We got a lot of pups coming through at the moment, so there's only a handful of race dogs there. So for the dogs that are racing to get it done, I'm more than happy.
Good on you, Adam. Enjoy the week. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Adam Smithson joining us later on Greyhound Gossip. Just before we go, we've got chasing, of course, today at Northern. The first gets underway at 19 minutes past 1, so I'll be heading up to the Avon Valley, stopping at a bakery on the way, probably Gidgagannup's our stop at the moment. But just on Saturday night, there was a couple of bets placed on chasing winners recently. One of those was with Shorty on Friday. We had a lunch date, and he won. Crypto Manelli absolutely demolished Momentum, so well done to Shorty. And I'm not sure if we'll hear from Jesse Earnshaw for a little while, because Jesse had an investment with his former brother-in-law Jamie Marsh that Garnett's Gem would never win a City Grade 5. Well, he demolished the field there on Saturday night, Garnett's Gem. So Jesse will have to pay up as well. And I know that Jesse doesn't like handing over cash. So
who does?
Good luck to Jamie getting that.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll, keep an ear out on chasing winners, because you guys do a very, very good job of finding some value tips throughout the weekend.
Yeah, we do our best, and this week hopefully the invitations will come out for the Nationals, which are going to be held at the Meadows this year. So I know David Simonetti and the team, Eddie Caruana and the team over at the Meadows, they've been working tirelessly, and after COVID for a number of years has shut down the Nationals, it'll be great to have it back, and I'm planning on heading across there this year, and hopefully we'll have a couple of really smart WA greyhounds that'll be able to fly our flag. That's coming up in late August. That's Greyhound Gossip for this Monday morning. We'll take a break, and then Leia will be back with race day after this.